is the ESL Mobile Open, presented by AT&T.
Hello and welcome to the ESL Mobile Open Season 4 Finals, presented by AT&T. My name is Paul Untitled. I will be your host. We just saw an amazing finals event for Asphalt 9 Legends, but the day is just getting started. We've already crowned ourselves one champion, but we have a lot more action in store for you this weekend. But before we get too far into Clash of Clans, I have a lot of amazing announcements to make. First and foremost, I need to welcome Sony Mobile as the official mobile partner for the ESL Mobile Open Season 4 Finals with the Xperia 1. We are so happy to have Sony on board with this, with their Xperia 1. Having an amazing piece of technology being part of this program is fantastic. I've been able to use the phone and I've been loving every minute of it. So thank you so much to Sony for getting involved. I also need to tell all you at home watching this about Season 5, because if you're watching this and you go, wait a second, this looks really cool, I want to get involved in this. You can get involved in this. Season 5 signups are live right now. Exclamation point sign up in the chat. If you do that, you'll be getting a link which will direct you to where you need to go to sign up for Season 5. And of course, a lot of amazing things are happening for the Mobile Open this year. Things like, I don't know, if you're a PUBG Mobile fan, integration into the PMCO, skipping the open qualifiers so that if you win at Season 5, a lot of amazing things are happening. Season 5 Finals as well is going to be a very special and very awesome event. And we cannot wait to talk about that a little bit more at a later date. But for today, let's take a deep breath. Let's get settled in, because it is time for Clash of Clans. This final is so epic. It is so awesome. I cannot do it alone. I need some help to help break down all these amazing plays. To start things off, let's introduce Carbon Finn, who is here to help me analyze these plays. Sir, how you doing?
I am doing great. It's finally, we're here for the best of 3 finals for the ESL Mobile Open Season 4. I cannot wait to see this matchup. I've been waiting so long for it.
We have. It has been a minute, but we're finally here, finally ready to get these matches underway. But in fact, there's so much going on. This is such a high stakes finale that I needed even more help. You didn't need the help. I needed a little bit more help. So Echo Gaming is also joining us here to break down the action. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm both excited to be here with you two, as well as to see this long-awaited final. I know we have some crazy action in store, and I'm happy that we could actually bring it to the audience. So I'm ready to get into it and see some craziness.
Absolutely. We have overcome a lot to get this finals event up and running, and we are stoked to provide these matches for the fans, because there's a lot of mobile esports happening in North America. There's a lot of people competing on mobile in North America, because there are over 200 million mobile gamers in the United States alone. We had over 669,000 of them compete in the ESL Mobile Open so far. But when it comes to Clash of Clans here in Season 4, only 32 teams were able to make it to our playoff bracket, and only 2 have made it here to our live finals. It was quite a road to get here. Carbon Finn, talk us through this upper bracket.
Yeah, so through the upper bracket, we have Tribe Gaming. They have yet to lose here in the playoffs. It is a double elimination. They've gone through some tough competition here, but they've been shown exactly why they deserve to be here, going undefeated so far. And they're going to be taking on Zombie Doom, who they faced before.
They have indeed. Zombie Doom, who fought their way through a gauntlet of a lower bracket. Talk us through that one, Echo.
Yeah, something about being in the lower bracket is you cannot lose. You have to take it to the house, and that's what Zombie Doom did once they made it to that bracket. In the end, taking down Golden X Alpha to be in the spot that they're in today to fight for the title of the champion of Season 4.
And you mentioned it. Carbon Finn. It was one team earlier on in the tournament taking a game, I think, in the group stages, and then the other team taking a game, I think, in the playoffs it was. So each team is 1-1 going into this. So this best of 3 is sort of the capstone on the already existing best of 3. It's going to be pretty definitive, to say the least. But we talk about the idea of competition. We talk about the idea of being in this grand finals. This is something that should be familiar to a lot of these players, because they have experience, whether it be here or whether it be on the world stage. They know what it's like. And one of these super veteran players, of course, it has to be Lex Nose from Tribe Gaming. I sat down and chatted with him earlier to get his thoughts going into this match. Let's take a look.
Hey, Lex, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with me as we're about to go into these games. This is a position that you're pretty familiar with. You've been in these finals before. You know how it feels. Is there any more pressure this time? Is it less pressure? How does this one feel?
Definitely a little bit less pressure than last time back when we were in New York. We've kind of had the feel for the live events now. We're really looking forward to this time around.
Yeah, obviously you're here with a different name, now representing Tribe Gaming. You've kind of, I think a lot of people consider a powerhouse roster. I think a lot of folks would consider you the favorites coming into it. How does it feel? How does it feel playing with Tribe?
It feels amazing. I mean, it's nice to have the support of the whole company, Tribe Gaming, behind us. It feels really good to be able to support them and everything they're doing in the esports community.
That's awesome to hear. How are you feeling with this roster? Because we know you made some slight changes from last year. You brought in some all-star players. How confident are you feeling with this roster?
Feeling pretty good. Yeah, we brought in Sir Longsword and Riga Torres. We didn't have them last year, so we're feeling pretty good. They've been really strong on the roster this year so far.
Yeah, obviously you guys are coming in through the upper bracket undefeated at this point. You're going up against pretty tough competition, though. A team who, I recall, you guys are 1-1 so far. So this is sort of going to be the deciding tiebreaker. How are you feeling taking on Zombie Doom?
Yeah, they did actually beat us in one of the earlier phases. So they definitely have what it takes to beat us here. So it's going to be a good match. We're feeling pretty confident, though. Been doing a lot of preparation, so we're feeling good about it.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And obviously you competed in multiple seasons of the Mobile Open so far this year and last year. How has it been? How is it competing in the Mobile Open?
Honestly, the Mobile Open's probably one of my favorite Clash events, if not my favorite personally. I think it's just really fun. The whole format where we get to do wars throughout the week all the time, it's just really nice, really good, especially for the NA community, the North American community, where we can all just get together at night and do wars. I'm enjoying it so far.
That's awesome to hear, and clearly you've been finding success back in another finals here again for Season 4, so I have to say best of luck in the match. Can't wait for the games.
All right, thanks. Looking forward to it.
Well, you heard it there. A little bit less pressure this time around. They've been on the big stage. Lex competed live at the Barclays Center at ESL 1 New York. Now getting to compete from the comfort of his home. Kind of going to be a little bit nice. Obviously, Tribe Gaming, this is an organization that you're very familiar with, Carbon Finn. Talk to us a little bit about your expectations for this team coming into the finals.
Yeah, Tribe Gaming, they've had experience on the stage before. They've been in the Season 2. A lot of the players have competed there. They ended up winning the Season 2 finals. And Tribe Gaming has what it takes, but it's going to come down to kind of the base designs and how everyone's feeling during the attack. So you never know what's going to happen until the attack is actually underway.
Absolutely. And Echo, you're obviously very up to date with the state of the meta so far. You kind of have an idea of what attack strategies these players are going to use. What do you think? Are we going to see a lot of this similar strategies coming out, or is there a whole ton of stuff that could potentially be used today?
Well, when you're looking at players at this caliber, you really can see things that you're not expecting. Obviously, there's a meta. We're seeing a lot of the same attacks being used, but I'm expecting some excitement and some surprise today. I'm hoping that everything isn't right along the meta and we get a little bit of a jump in the attacks.
I hope so too. I want to see more than the same 2 or 3 attack strategies. I love it when players bring out some signature attacks, some signature styles, and maybe one of the players to do it might be Emery from Zombie Doom. He's the one I got to sit down with and chat with earlier on to talk about his team and the competition going to the finals. Let's take a look.
Hey, Emery, thank you so much for joining me. We're going into the finals. You guys have fought your way here on an amazing run through the lower bracket. Talk to me about what that was like, because that was a miracle run, to say the least.
You know, getting dropped down from the top bracket and going to the lower bracket, in almost the very start of it, it was really, really tough. And you just took one war at a time, and it was nice having a team that I could rely on to make the 3-star when you needed it, you know, because we had some tough competition down there.
Oh, yeah, a ton of tough competition, but that's something you're used to dealing with. You've played in the World Championships. Talk about that. How was the experience playing on that global stage? How did it help you compete here in the Mobile Open?
I mean, your nerves when you're on the stage, they skyrocket when you're there. And now, I mean, you're playing at home. It's super chill. You can relax on your couch and play. There's real no nerves. Even playing in the finals, when we play them, I don't foresee anyone being nervous about it. We've all had tough competition in this whole bracket, so it's been really fun, a lot of fun.
I mean, that's awesome to hear. And you're going into some pretty tough opponents who have won Mobile Open, and players who've won Mobile Open championships in the past. How are you feeling going into Tribe? Are you feeling confident?
Really solid. I really think that we've taken them before. We can do it again. They're not invincible. They're great players, but they can be beaten.
I mean, I love to hear it. I love the confidence. I mean, do you have any final words for them before we get into these games?
But they seem like nice guys talking over Discord. It's that's the great thing about the game, and it's the community. I mean, you can just there's no hate, I guess, spread across the community, and just good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. I kind of was trying to bait you there for a little bit of trash talk, but no, I love it. Good luck, have fun. We're super excited for these games, man. Best of luck.
Thank you.
I did try and bait him a little bit for some trash talk. I was unsuccessful. Just all good things to say. Nice guys all around. That's what I want to see. That's what I expect at this caliber, this level of competition. Oh, now we've introduced both teams. We know the stakes. We've set the stage. Echo, we're going to say goodbye for you to now. You are going to be our all-star analyst for this matchup, which means that Carbon, you and I are up to cast this very first game, which means that it's time for some predictions going on to this. I think I know what direction you're going to lean when it comes to these predictions, but I'm going to go with Zombie Doom. I think they're the underdog coming into this one. So I have to say, Zombie Doom, that they're my pick in this first game.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with Tribe Gaming in this game one. It is a best of three, but Tribe has the experience. They're coming from the winner's bracket undefeated so far. And I think they have what it takes, but you never know. We'll have to take a look, but we'll see if Tribe can take it for game one.
Our upper bracket curse has now been broken, which for those who aren't familiar with, it was the team that every single time who came through the upper bracket would lose at the end to that lower bracket team. But that curse has since been broken in season 3. It's time for season 4. We have wiped the slate clean here in 2020. So let's get things underway. It is time for our first war of the day, our first attack of the day, as Tribe Gaming is taking on Zombie Doom. Carbonfit, take it away.
Oh, yeah, we have Rigatores coming in with a Sui Alalo on this attack. He does charge directly over at 9 o'clock, straight into this Eagle Artillery, pulls out the Clan Castle. That poison's going to be pretty easy to get through these witches. And once he gets this Val using 3 of the heroes, he's got to fly around with 3 Lava Hounds. And notice, he does have 2 skeleton spells, which he's going to have to find a way to take out both the Royal Champion and the enemy Queen in this base.
That is going to be a tall order, but man, Rigatores is starting things off strong. That was such a money compartment to take down. Not only do you get the Eagle Artillery, not only do you get the CC, take down 2 air defenses and do a ton of work. The left side of this base is in shambles. Those heroes went on a run.
Yeah, he's going to have to now fly from the bottom side or the top. Yep, there it is. From the bottom, there comes the Lava Hound straight into this scatter shot. But he does have that Stone Slammer. He's probably going to have to switch it off to a Blimp and send it for the Town Hall and secure that. But there comes the first Skeleton spell right over the Royal Champion to help take her down. And there it is. The Blimp's going to make its way straight to this Town Hall. Hopefully there's no trap that's going to pick it off. But he's moving his way around. It's looking pretty good so far.
It is indeed, and we are going to see, the balloons pop out of it there. Nice use of the Eternal Tome as well. A nice freeze taking down this Town Hall here. That's massive. That's 2 stars already achieved here from Rigatores, and that's a lot of balloons still left alive.
Yeah, the balloons are making their way. The Queen is still up. The skeletons are unfortunately not able to take her down, but he has the final haste down, moving straight into the scatter shot, and it goes down. I mean, you don't have to kill off the enemy heroes. Just got to take all the buildings down, and it's looking pretty good for Rigatores.
This is looking really good for Rigatores. I need to remind those of us at home, if you're just joining us here, how we score Clash of Clans. You get your first star for getting 50% of the opponent's base destroyed. You get your second star for taking down the opponent's Town Hall, and you get your third star if and only if you destroy 100% of the opponent's structures. If you take them all down, you don't have to take down these heroes, but a 3-star to start this war would be absolutely wild for Rigatores and Carbonfin. I think that's what we're seeing.
Oh, wow. Beautiful attack coming from Rigatores, and I truly think he's one of the best air attackers in the world, showing it on display right here, coming through. It doesn't even, I think, take out the enemy Queen. He's going to finish it off. Yeah, the Queen stays alive for a 3-star to kick it off for Tribe Gaming. Very nice attack right there. Wow.
With time to spare, that was an absolutely epic opening to this war. The 3-star hit from Tribe Gaming. It doesn't get any better than that. And that's what I come to expect from a finals event here for the ESL Mobile Open. That is the best possible way to start off this war. Carbon Finn, you talked about Rigators really quickly. What makes him so good at those air attacks?
It's just he could do almost any charge, like a queen charge into Lalo. He can do Sui Lalo, pretty much any base. He could even take it down. I have been trying so much recently at Talent 13, but with those scatter shots, it makes it so difficult, but he still finds a way to get it done.
He just has the sense. He's just got the vibe for it. I love to see it, and there's a reason why he was brought in, this all-star player, onto this tribe roster, but that's attack number 1 in the books. Let's get on in to our next attack. Let's see what the response is going to be from Zombie Doom. It's Keith from Zombie Doom. He's coming on in. Talk us through this attack.
It looks like Keith is coming in with the drag map, but he's got a mix of dragons and these E-drags. But this is looking like a pretty common base, so let's see if Rigators has some surprises in here. The queen is on the outside, going to help take down this royal champion, and he's using some E-drags on the outside to set the funnel to go straight for this town hall, and he's going to move his way in, and as long as he can pull it, he's going to get a ton of value in this core.
Yeah, but those two sweepers, that's where I'm keeping my eye on. They are both, that one on the right is pointed up towards the top here, and it is going to slow this down, but it doesn't make a whole lot of difference when you got that much firepower, literal firepower, looking at 2 dragons with that Eternal Tome as well to tank the damage. That's massive, and then a Bat Wave coming in from the left-hand side. Ooh, it does get 2 of those defensive structures in the freeze, but he's got to chain those up beautifully.
Yeah, he's moving his way. The bats are coming through the top side. There is a corner Tesla over at 9 o'clock. And let's see if the queen's going to make her way through. But he's got one more free spell left for these bats. And there is no more splash. So as long as these bats can move their way through, they should be pretty good because those are 2 ground expos on the back end.
They are indeed, but the Eagle Artillery is still going to be raining down through this. They need to deal with it. There we go. The bats are over, but the minute and 43 seconds left on the clock. There's the last freeze as well. Maybe used a little bit late. No, going to be trying to keep that dragon alive, but this is looking pretty sparse here at the end, Carbon. I don't know if there are going to be enough bats left to get this done. There's still a lot of structures remaining.
Well, he's got 1 wizard tower up top. I mean, it's going to be a matter of time at this point. The dragon's going to fly their way around. He's got to make his way to the wizard tower and then a Tesla, and it should be good. But we're getting some. It's spinning right now. It's connecting, and the dragons are finally there. They're moving their way through, and I think with about a minute 20 left, this is going to be a 3-star as long as these dragons make their way up. And this is looking good.
Keith, got to get on AT&T 5G, my man. Come on, this attack is coming down to the wire here. But still, this is such a solid response from Zombie Doom. I questioned that Troll Tesla off to the left side. I wondered if maybe that was going to be the difference maker here in getting these final few structures, but I don't think that's going to be the case. With a minute left on the clock. Oh, hang on. Maybe my gut instinct might have been not too far off here.
The only thing that could stop him is some seeking air mines, but the dragons already flew through the base in this direction. So if anything, they pulled all the traps. He's just got, oh, wait a second. There's a Tesla that's all the way on the
I was looking at the percentage.
Right side. Yeah, 98. So he's got to fly all the way back to the Tesla over at 9. And then I think he should have the time. It should be, the warden at least will be able to make it there. Uh-oh.
I mean, there's a reason they're called Troll Teslas because that's what they do. Just you know, all over the place right now. 18 seconds, 17. Okay, hang on.
Oh my.
I think he's gonna get it, but this is gonna be so close. Carbon.
This is gonna be close. He got 10 seconds here. This Grand Warden, I think it only takes, what, 2 shots here? 5 seconds. There it is. And the second shot. There he gets the triple on Rigators' base. Wow, that couldn't have been any closer right there. Wow.
That's what I expect to see, though. We're in the finals. I want back-to-back threes, but definitely also ones that give me heart attacks because that was so close. We have seen 99% 2-star quote-unquote fails. We have seen them in the past. And like I say, this is my quote for Clash of Clans. There are 2 heartbreaking numbers that we see in this game. The first one is 49%, and the second one is 99% because nobody likes being 1% off that triple. But still, what an amazing response to Zombie Doom. And we are now still tied going into this next attack. What an opening, Carbon.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. This is the finals. The best 2 teams competed here, and they deserve to be in this spot. 2 3-stars to kick off this war. You couldn't have asked for anything better.
You literally could not. It literally doesn't get any better than that. Correct use of the word literally. Let's get into attack number 3. Let's see how Tribe Gaming can respond to this. Here we go. It's going to be Nick coming on in with an interesting base design here for King Tut.
Yeah, we're going to see another Lalo attack coming from Tribe Gaming. Nick is a fantastic Lalo attacker, just like Rigatores. Let's see if he can end up taking out this clan castle. That CC was all the way on the edge, so it was really easy to lure. It uses one baby dragon to pretty much take out these ice golems and that witch in the poison. And now he's going to have 5 free spells as he flies around this base. But take notice, there are at least 2 ground expos in the core but the town hall is kind of isolated around.
Yeah, and this base design, it's not. I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to figure out where I would attack this from. It looks like it is going to be up top here, needing to deal with these Inferno towers, going in with the Queen to try and start to set up this funnel. But we are going to have some sweepers as well, pointing up towards the top there. So keep an eye for that when the air attack does eventually come through. But then you've got those 2 scatter shots and the eagle down towards the bottom part of this base. No matter what angle you come at it at, this base design from King Tut, I love it.
Yeah, he's going to be able to use the Queen ability to take out this multi-target Inferno right there. And now he's going to start the Lava, looks like from the top side. He's going to have this Lava Hound fly directly into this single target Inferno. Going to go down pretty quick. But he's got to get this Grand Warden down with these balloons to fly around. I don't know if he's going to save the blimp to send it for the Town Hall. It looks like it, because the Royal Champion's coming over on the right side, and she should hopefully help take out the enemy Royal Champ. But where's this girl? Oh, no! He was late on the Grand Warden! Uh-oh. He's over on the outside.
Wait a second, that light forest, that light forest now is not being had by all those balloons, and they are now even easier to pop right now. They are going to be raged up, and the haste spell is actually going to be helping the Grand Warden get in a little bit. That was actually huge. That residual haste spell is massive, but he does not have his... Oh, there it is. Oh, my goodness, that was just time.
Oh my goodness, this Warden came back into the raid. I don't know how he did it. Down goes the scatter, has 1 more freeze left in the space. The Royal Champion's going to be able to help move her way to the top side. Going to help tremendously with 1 freeze. This is actually looking pretty strong here.
Yeah, I would definitely want to save that freeze looking up towards that top Inferno tower. But okay, this Grand Warden, he was like the guy in your group project in high school who you didn't hear from, and then he showed up the night before, but instead of doing nothing, did a ton of work. He did more than just the bibliography in this one. He showed up big time. They need to take down this final Inferno tower. I'm not sure it's gonna... man, I don't think it's gonna quite be enough.
No, he's not going to get it with just about 24 seconds. That single target Inferno is going to be the only thing that stands up. It's probably going to be about close to a 97. I don't know if they're going to get through the storage in time. They might be able to. Yeah, it looks like they will, but that's the final thing. If only that Grand Warden flew a little bit sooner into the core, he might have been able to use that Warden ability a little bit earlier. Oh, Nick, what a nice try there.
Oh, man. That was so close. 1 slight mistake, 1 little slip up, not getting the Grand Warden down in time with the rest of the troops. A little bit heartbreaking there from Nick from WHF. There's a question mark in his name, and I was questioning that play a little bit. He managed to rally, recover. That haste spell lasted like the 2 seconds it needed to get the Grand Warden back into the fray, but still not a 3-star. An amazing hit, an amazing performance. However, this has created an opening for Zombie Doom.
Yeah, they have a chance now. It wasn't a triple, but still, this war is going to be super close. And remember, we've seen so many wars come down to a tie on stars, and the percent is what makes the difference. And that's probably what's going to happen in this war. It's going to be neck and neck.
It is absolutely going to be, and it already is. Let's get into our next attack. Let's see what Zombie Doom could do to respond to Tribe Gaming, who are having a 98.5% average going into this. And I think that's a great point that you mentioned before, Carbon Fin, for those of us just joining us, how we score this as a match going into this. So we look at the total number of stars. At the end of the war, after all 10 attacks, the team with the most stars is declared the winner. However, if they are tied in terms of stars, we go to average percentage damage dealt, which is what you're seeing there on the right side of your screen. But let's get into this attack. The Grand Warden, the Coco Loon, Grand Warden walk with the Coco Loon to start things off.
Yeah, we have King Icy using the Yetis and Bowlers. He's going to use this Grand Warden to help set the funnel. And the beautiful thing about the Grand Warden, he is that support hero. So when you drop the Yetis, the Bowlers near him, he'll stop hitting whatever he's targeting and go follow and help support. That's one of the reasons why we tend to use the Grand Warden over Queens, because if the Queen goes the wrong way, she is off and she is not going to come back. But let's see if he can pull this Grand Warden to make his way back to the Town Hall here.
That's exactly what they're going to try and do, and there it is. Using these Yetis and bowlers going on in. They've got the preemptive jump spell already down, but now we see the Eagle Artillery on the right side of the base. Going to start to rain down some destruction on these attackers with the Giga Inferno here as well. The Quad Quake in the center of the base to open everything up. This is a big play, but that Town Hall needs to go down.
Yeah, the Town Hall is about to go down. It's the Warden ability might have been just used a little bit early, but none of the bowlers actually made their way to the Town Hall. So he's making it through the core. The poison's down, and he has the Hogs coming through the top side of this base as well. That single target Inferno looks like, okay, it does just go down from the Yeti Mites there. With the Royal Champion at the bottom side of this base, it's looking pretty strong as long as he can keep this push going through.
Yeah, this was massive. Those scatter shots, though, were left uncontested for quite a while. Finally, that multi-target Inferno on the right side is going to go down, but the Queen is here, popping her Royal Cloak ability, making her go invisible to all of those defensive structures as she is able to summon those archers and move on through, and the healers are still alive. The Royal Champion is going to drop, but they need to take down these last few defensive structures, but this is looking pretty good so far from King Icy.
Yeah, he's got one baby dragon to drop into space. The Queen looks to be taking out the scatter shot there. There's the baby dragon coming over on the right side. It's going to be a matter of the cleanup at this point because I think the Queen's going to have enough to help take the base down. It's going to be a matter of time.
It really is. We've got archers on the left side. We've got a baby dragon and a wizard on the right. Queen, though, looks like she is going to go down here. But actually, that might not have been the end of the world here because the Queen would have spent her time going through that wall. The Grand Warden would have to help support her. But now, because the Queen has dropped, the Grand Warden can go off on his own. Yes, you don't have the raw DPS, the damage per second that you would have had with the Queen, but now you're not wasting the time getting through these walls. So that might have actually been a blessing in disguise, Carbon.
Yeah, that is absolutely true because the Warden would have helped assist the Queen, would have taken a bunch of time right there. But now it's going to come down to this Grand Warden. Can he take out these final buildings? But I think the Grand Warden's not going to have enough unless he like one-shots some of these here. The air defense, oh no! He gets the 99% for Zombie Doom. Oh my, you even talked to him about it before. Those two numbers not going to connect for the 3-star, but that does put them in the lead right now in game number 1.
You hate to see it. Yeah, I mean, you love to see it, but you hate to see it. 99% 2-star coming on in from Zombie Doom. This is, I think, pretty unequivocally the strongest 4-attack start we have seen yet in a war in the ESL Mobile Open. We have seen, I mean, other than the one where it's like 4 3-stars back to back, but that was an outlier. In the finals, this is the best start we have seen, and I expected nothing less. Tribe Gaming is now back up to bat. Our midway point here, attack number 3 for them, attack number 5 in the war. They just witnessed a 99% hit. Can they respond with a 3-star? Let's find out.
Oh, yes. Here we go. It's going to come down to Sir Longsword coming in, and he's deciding to come in with a Yeti bowler attack as well. Uses the Grand Warden up top to help set a bit of a funnel, and looks like he wants to charge directly into this Town Hall to make sure he takes that down nice and early. He's going to fight through 3 single target Infernos, also dropping that Siege Barracks nice and early to get that P.E.K.K.A. Either looks like it's just going to walk around the outside, help set this funnel, and then he needs to pull this Grand Warden to make his way back up to the top.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the Siege Barracks as well, because of course that is a new addition coming in with Town Hall 13. How much has it changed up these attacks so far?
Initially, people were thinking the Siege Barracks wasn't going to be strong. People were like kind of dismissing it. But then after we started to figure out the certain attack strategies that you can get, you get that extra P.E.K.K.A, you get all those wizards. Plus, you usually see Hog Riders, which is what does come out in this attack here, because they can jump over the walls at a delayed response there, and then they can help take out those buildings. And look at this. Now he has the Royal Champion come behind, and it's a huge and it's a beautiful addition to the game. And now we're going to have to see if the Royal Champion can help clear the bottom side with one more rage spell to use. I'm going to keep my eye on the single. It looks like it's locking onto this Grand Warden here.
Oh, no. That's not an ideal situation. Got to get out of range there. And there's also one giant bomb in the center of the base that did so much damage to all of those hogs. But, the Queen, she's got to get back over there. She's got to take down the single target Inferno. Nice use there of that Royal Cloak. Got to survive on through that. The Royal Champion, though, is still alive down here towards the bottom side. She won't be... Oh, she still is. Yeah, the Yeti is doing a great job of tanking for her, but she has to use that shield ability. She's not going to have the life steal to get back up, which means that, this attack is starting to fall a little bit flat, Carbon.
Yeah, it was looking pretty solid there, but the queen ended up moving up and the Grand Warden got picked off. Unfortunately, got targeted by that single target Inferno. And once it locks onto you and you don't have an ability, you don't have a free spell, and you can't get out of its range, it's going to take you down really quickly. He does have the king moving around, grabbing a bit more percentage, but unfortunately, this is going to fall short for Sir Longsword, and this is exactly the defense that Zombie Doom was looking for.
Yeah, this is absolutely massive, starting to shut down the momentum of Tribe Gaming here. I would say many consider them the favorites going into this, one of the largest mobile esports organizations, if not the largest mobile esports organization in North America. Zombie Doom, again, they have some experience playing on that world stage, and it is showing right now, keeping it to only 78%, which again, on any other day, a 78% two-star hit, that's respectable. That's solid.
Yeah.
Solid is not good enough. You need to be excellent. You need to be great.
Yes, exactly. You have to be great in these finals here because they worked so hard to get here. But this is the best of three, remember? So this is game number one. We're gonna have to see what happens. Don't we're not gonna predict anything too far in advance here.
I'm not predicting anything, Carbon.
Attacks, but we're gonna see. We'll have to see these final attacks here. Cannot wait.
This is true. We are at the halfway mark. 5 attacks have been done. Zombie Doom is next up to bat their third attack. Let's check it out. Let's see what Emery can do. I got a chance to sit down and chat with him before the match here, going into the base of Lexnos. Lexnos, max out your walls, buddy. Come on.
Yes. Well, you were able to speak to both of them. So Emery decides he wants to take on Lexnos' base, coming in with the hybrid attack. He's got the hogs, he's got the miners, and the thing you want to keep in mind for the hybrid is using that queen to set that funnel and get her into the core. It's looking like he's going to try to get her maybe into this Eagle artillery. Doesn't have any wall breakers or any jump spell. And once you set a narrow funnel for the miners and hogs, you can deploy them all with the Grand Warden and the Raw Champion, and they absolutely crush bases. This is one of the most common attack strategies right now at Channel 13.
Oh, absolutely. The hybrid is something we started to see back in Season 3 last year in 2019, but really seeing a lot more of it now in 2020. There is the battle blimp going on in. There is the first star achieved. So nice opening salvo here from Emery. Queen is going up here, continuing to extend this funnel. And this is exactly what you were talking about, raging up those healers as well. Just as important as raging up that queen, because they're angry healers. They heal better when they're mad. I don't know, like the weird anti-Hulk.
Yeah, I dropped that poison for those pups right there. Usually, he does drop a baby dragon. Usually, typically see a minion to help deal with potentially pups, but he is forced to pop that queen ability really early there. Keep an eye on that. That might come back to haunt him. We're going to have to see the king is not setting the funnel all the way up and around. These miners could run to the top side and leave these hogs behind here.
Oh, that's absolutely huge. The king going into the base right now. That's actually pretty massive. And as you mentioned before, doesn't have a whole lot of ways to get over those walls. Has got to break through the old-fashioned way. However, it seems like the hogs are still going in the direction they're meant to. Nice freeze going down there onto the scatter shot, which will absolutely decimate these troops moving on in. Good use of the heal spells. So the way you want to use these heals that we're seeing them still take a lot of damage, you want to place them where the hogs are, but also where they're going to be, and where they're not right now is taking out this scatter shot.
Yeah. Wow, it looks like his queen went down really early there. Pops the Grand Warden Channel's home. All these hogs went way in front, was not able to keep them alive. And this is looking like a low percent 2-star here. And Lex is going to try to hold up a little bit more here. Can Emery get a bit more percentage with some miners moving around on the outside? Doesn't have any more cleanup troops to drop. The Grand Warden does just go down here, and he has the final king that's going to get locked down by that single target Inferno at the bottom side.
Oh yeah, that's going to be very difficult to deal with. The king being kept alive a little bit longer by these heroes, or by these healers, I should say. But as you mentioned before, a low percentage 2-star hit. I like how we say 75% like it's really that low. But again, at this caliber, at this level of play, anything sub, I would say 90% even, is really where we're looking to have these players be. But keep in mind, we always talk about the attack strategies. We always talk about how important, the different troop compositions and how they place their units and the timings of their hero abilities. But at the same time, base building is critical for this as well. And again, I joked with Lex to start that one, but the base held up well.
Yeah, it did. And sometimes, and like you mentioned, his walls were not maxed out. They were pretty weak, but he had the hybrid. They just went under and over the walls. And at that point, it didn't really matter. It just mattered on the defensive levels right there. And it was able to hold up for Tribe's defense.
Really solid there. Tribe answering back 78%. We had 100%, 100%. 97%, 99%, 78, 77. They are neck and neck. They are toe to toe right now. And we are more than halfway through this war. Let's get back into it. Tribe Gaming. Who is it going to be? It's going to be Hex. It was here to step up and say, look, guys, we started this war off with a 3-star. I'm going to try and do it again.
Yeah, Hex is coming in with the hybrid attack as well. Drops that blimp. Hopefully he can help take out. He does take out that Royal Champion through the rage. Single target Inferno goes down. Pulls out the Dragon and that Witch CC right there. It's going to help let that move over to the Queen, take it out, and then he can have the hybrid. It looks like he's just going to have this Queen walk all the way to the bottom side of this base, and the hybrid, the Miners and Hogs, will come from the top side, move their way straight into that Town Hall. I can expect probably the King to, it looks like he's actually going to come up there as well, but this is looking pretty solid here. It's going to get a nice charge. He's going to push his way right to the core.
This is exactly the way you want to set this up with your funnel. We talk about setting funnels in Clash of Clans. Now, Carbon, for those just joining us here who may not be super familiar with the term, what exactly does that mean?
Well, funnel is using the your heroes or your troops to help make it so that your core attack, which here it is, the Miners and the Hogs, so they can go exactly where you want. And he took out the left, he took out the right side, and he wanted to get them to go directly into the core to that Town Hall, and they do. The healers transfer off of here, but as long as he keeps these alive, drops the freeze on the scatter and that eagle, this rage in the core is going to do tremendous work.
That's doing a ton right there. Nice use, chaining up the freeze. The scatter shot is going to go down. The Eagle Artillery is going to go down. The heal spells are there as well. Like I said before, where your troops are and where they are going to be. The heroes are splitting up beautifully right here. We've got a Queen on the right, healers in the middle with the Grand Warden. We've got the King up there towards the top. I mean, this is looking pretty good so far from Hex.
Yeah, it's going to come down to this single target Inferno, and if that can go down, but the big thing is all these storages are on the outside. I was thinking the King was going to come over there more towards 10 o'clock and help clear all this so the Miners can stay inside the base, but it's going to come down to this King, the Grand Warden, and that Queen on the outside. They just have to be able to overwhelm that single target Inferno, and it might be able to get it. He's got a ton of troops here that are distracting it.
Yeah, there's so many troops there, and like you mentioned before, of course, it is single target. It will chew through one of those single units, but when you can throw bodies at it, that's where it does struggle. Though the Grand Warden is going to be the next one up on the menu, but I think there's still enough troops here that they are likely going to be able to take this down. Queen, this one's going to come up to you. Hang on, though. Yeah. They got to get in there. They got to take this down. This one's actually going to be pretty close.
Oh, that Queen helped take out that Expo right there. He's got a handful of Miners that just need to take out this single target Inferno. It looks like it's going down, and Hex gets that 3-star for Tribe Gaming with the hybrid. Beautiful hit right there, and that is exactly what they needed.
That's exactly, I start this off. I said, Hex, you saw that first one. You saw that first hit. He's like, that's a 3-star. I can do a 3-star. Let's do a 3-star. And that's exactly what we saw. Beautiful play, textbook. The healers kind of went off and did their own thing, but it ended up working well. The use of the spells. That's one thing I don't think we hype up nearly enough. That is that micro interaction, the thing you're able to control once the troops are on the board. The free spells were amazing. The heal spells were on point. That's exactly what I want to see. And that just goes to show why he is such a top player. But Zombie Doom not out of this yet. They need to retaliate. They need to get a 3-star. Can they get it done? Carbon Fin, we're about to find out.
Oh yeah, I believe Zombie Doom definitely have what it takes, and they're going to be hitting SLS in this next attack, coming in with the Yeti's Bowlers. He does have 2 P.E.K.K.A.s as well, and a Witch. Usually you might tend to see a Witch going to be used with a King on the outside. But oh my goodness, look at the Seeking Airmine flying all the way across the base. How unfortunate. It's going to take out a healer here all the way in the left side of the base.
Oh my goodness. I think he could have like quick snap reaction, but no, he couldn't even. Okay, never mind. That would have been, that's so unfortunate. That's not how you want to start things off. At least this top compartment went down. That was huge. I mean, and that's the thing. When we first started seeing some of these new strategies coming out in early 2020, we often saw people trying to like beeline for the town hall. But now it seems like these sort of compartment smash openings have become really, really common use with that battle blimp.
Yeah, the battle blimp has become part of the meta nowadays, using those Yetis to help take down a section or even the town hall, and it works so well in the attack strategy, especially with hybrid with Yetis. Pretty much can be used in any attack strategy. Takes out a section of the base, but in this one, he's going to charge his way directly, and there is a little opening in this wall here, so he's taking advantage of it. He's going to charge in, drops his poison on the ice golems. Town hall does activate. Get ready to see this Grand Warden Tunnel Tome right there. He needs this town hall to go down before the Warden ability wears off.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there it does. The bomb's not in range. Okay, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have definitely. I think he did lose the one witch that walked right next to it, but he's going to be charging his way around with this Royal Champion, getting targeted by that cannon on the outside, unfortunately, but he doesn't have any more really troops to drop around. No more spells, so it's going to come around as this Queen moves their way through, but she can't reach that single target Inferno, unfortunately.
She cannot. She still does have her ability, which she'll need to use here right about now. Nice timing on that one. Gonna have to try and go around the outside here. And, with the jump spell, is actually gonna be able to get in there and take down the scatter shot, but she's not gonna have the time to get through that single target Inferno. That's actually gonna be pretty disastrous for this attack here, Carbon.
Oh, wow. He still has the enemy king and Royal Champion still up on the top side. So this Royal Champion, his Royal Champion is going to get slowed down tremendously through this and get picked off by that single target Inferno. But it's going to come down to time. Does he have enough to take that down? He's going to get stalled up by those heroes. I don't know. With some storages to get through, this is not looking too good for Karma, but never count anyone out here.
You absolutely cannot. 92%, still an amazing attack here from Zombie Doom, but can he get where he needs to be in time? That single target Inferno, that will be the absolute bane of his existence with only 23 seconds left on the clock. He needs to take down this defending king, needs to take down these last few structures, but this is a pretty tall order, Carbon Finn.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to have to get through these walls and the storage on the top side. The bowlers get the skip.
Oh, no.
I think he'll be able to get that storage, but he's not going to have the time unless his Grand Warden picks off the single. Wait a second. No! The Grand Warden got picked off right there. That's going to be another 99% for Zombie Doom. Wow.
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. They have almost pulled off three triples in this war alone. But because of that, almost close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades, and this is not those things. You need to get that last percentage. They could potentially be at a potential 13-star win at the end of this, but instead they are still behind in stars. This is disastrous, and now this creates an opening, an opportunity. If Tribe Gaming can get another 3-star here, it means that mathematically Zombie Doom cannot come back. Tribe will win this first war.
Yeah, if Tribe locks it up with this final triple, like you said, game one will go to Tribe, but it is the best of 3, which means Zombie Doom will definitely have another chance, but they are not out. They have, if it's not a triple here, they have to get a triple of their own, and they have percent by a mile at this point. But we're going to see the leader, Alexnos, coming in, and he's going to do a little bit of a queen charge into the Hogs. He does have the blimp, and he loves using the blimp with the Yetis. He's going to send it directly for that town hall. And let's see how much value he can get with the queen on the outside here.
Yeah, the Yeti bomb going to be coming on in here to start this off. This is like the second application of this, like I mentioned before. You want to go and either take down one of these key compartments or take down that town hall on the outside here with this anti-3-star base. And so far, queen charge starting things off. Yeah, I like a queen charge, man. This is like one of the strategies that when I started learning about Clash of Clans that I thought took so much skill, and I still believe it. I cannot wait to see what these top players do with this strategy.
Yeah, take note of Emery's base right here. Emery is running all multi-target Infernos. Take a look at this king. If that was a single target Inferno, that king would have been roasted way long ago. And a lot of times you tend to see a lot of single target Infernos to kind of stop those charges. This queen can charge her way right through this core, no problem. Doesn't have to worry about getting taken out anytime soon. And looks like the Royal Champion will help take down the enemy Royal Champion. He's going to pop the Warden ability perfectly through the Eagle, through a bomb tower, and the queen is charging her way through. This is looking really strong at this point.
That timing was absolutely flawless, just completely denied the salvo from the Eagle artillery. The scatter shot's going to drop as well. Freeze a little bit light potentially on that one, but now if these Hogs can get through these multi-target Infernos with the heal spell, they absolutely will be able to. Giant Bong will slow it down a little bit. However, with the rage spell here as well, this is looking very good from Lexnos from Tribe Gaming. What did I talk about before this war started? A 3-star here would spell disaster, and this is looking like a pretty good way to get there.
Yeah, that Queen helped take out that scatter shot, and this is looking really good. And he's got tons of Hogs left with that Royal Champion ability, and he's got over 1 minute left for a cleanup at this point. Lexno is going to come in for Tribe Gaming, going to lock it up with this triple. We'll still see another attack from Zombie Doom, but it doesn't matter what's going to happen in the final attack. Lex comes in clutch for Tribe to get them that victory. But this is only game number 1, and it is a best-of-3 series.
He's going to swag these hero abilities, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he can pop that Royal Champion ability, and it's going to take down those final structures. Woo! Beautiful attack right there from Lex, the leader of Tribe Gaming right there. Wow.
And with that, with 3 triples, Tribe Gaming locked themselves up this first war. We're still going to watch this last attack here from Zombie Doom because it was just so close. They have had 2 99% and a 100. I absolutely need to see this final attack, but oh my, did Tribe Gaming come to play? They're not joking around here. It is King Tut from Zombie Doom taking on Hex, but wow, what a war to start off this grand finals.
It's unbelievable. Now we're seeing in this next base that we do see 2 single target Infernos and only 1 multi. We'll see how those end up affecting the raid later on. Drops the rage for the Town Hall. Gonna end up taking out the Royal Champion, looks like, and this Town Hall. Beautiful job. Usually we tend to see the rage spells, especially if there's a hero or if he needs to get a ton of defenses around, and he only does just kind of get that Town Hall there. So we'll see if he sets that value. The Queen is being used on the top side, E-Dragon as well, and we do have, I believe, is that all ground expos right now in the core here, and he's going to make his way around with the Yetis.
Oh, all right. I mean, they're going to get some value here. Again, we saw some of those expos not getting a ton of that earlier on with those Lalos coming in there, but this time around we'll be able to be applied into these Yeti bowlers. But we'll see how the usage of the freeze spells will be as we see the rest of this attack now starting to come in on the right side, some witches as well to help support that. But the Eagle artillery, you've got to take that down, and that jump spell is poised to allow his troops to do just that.
Yeah, the Yetis are going to make their way right into the core. Following this jump spell, that Eagle did quite a bit of work. Protects one of the healers through a Seeking Air Mine, but now he's going to get slowed down so much by the triple Ice Golem CC that came out. He's got some nice boulder bounces inside the core here. 1 more jump to use, and there is the Royal Champion on the outside of this base. It's not looking too bad as long as these Yetis and boulders can get through, but that single target Inferno is doing some work. That Royal Champion needs to take it down. There it is.
She does do that. Nice. Nicely done from King Tut with that Royal Champion on the outside. Still has the ability, still has the Royal Cloak as well, and still has a couple of archers. Maybe like to see those soon to be dropped on the outside to start to clean up these trash structures. But there's still a decent amount of this attack here in the core of the base, but it is that other single target Inferno that needs to go down, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, that single target Inferno and his Queen did burn her ability. She jumps over to help take that single down. This is looking really good for King Tut here, actually. If this Queen can kind of aggro, but there's not too many point defenses left with some healers, I think he's got it for a 3-star for Zombie Doom, but it comes down. Wow, look at all these triples coming in. It was just unfortunate, those 2 99%. They could have had a 14-star war right there.
I cannot believe it. I was doing the math in my head as you said it. And I said earlier, I'm like, they are looking at a potential 13 star. That would have been crazy. That would have been insane. That would have been one of the best wars we've ever seen. Wow. It was almost a 13 to 12 here in the grand finals. This is, I think, the best Clash of Clans that we have seen yet in North America for the finals of the ESL Mobile Open. That was absolutely incredible to watch.
Yeah, look at that percentage too, 95 to 95%. It could not have been any closer. Those 2 99% were so close, which means Tribe Gaming is going to take game number 1, but it is a best of 3. So we will be going into game number 2, but unbelievable performance. This is the finals, and they are putting on a show here today.
they all, every single one of these players has stepped up to the plate in a big way. Echo Gaming is standing by. He was also watching that war unfold. I don't envy your job at this point because you have to pick an attack to go back and highlight. Which one did you choose?
We're going to look at Lex's attack, that Queen Charge Hog, number 9 from Charge, that just kind of brought in the victory here and sealed the deal for this war, especially with that final 3-star from Zombie Doom. Starting out with that Queen, you notice that the Queen can get huge value on this attack, both from the compartments and how they're laid out, plus the multi-target Infernos. It's going to allow the Queen to just continue walking through the base, kind of uncontested. Then that battle blimp value is going to be massive as it clears out that town hall compartment, securing the 1-star on the attack and allowing for the Queen to continue her dive into the base. Baby Dragon was used towards the southeastern side of the base, kind of ensuring that the Queen went in the proper direction. And the King's value is massive right here because he's not going to be melted by a single target Inferno Tower. So I think that Lexnos did a really nice job evaluating the base and seeing how he could really take advantage of it. Notice this Queen Charge luring the clan castle, poison spell being dropped, and that Queen can sit there all day long. She's going to be able to take care of those troops, rage up the Queen and those healers if need be, while the King is still funneling down the western side of the base, making sure that the Queen is going to walk right inside of that compartment. That's really just an alleyway for her to walk down. Then the Hog Riders are dropped in from the southwestern side, and it's time to start storming this base with heal spells and a rage spell to support, not to mention the 2 freeze spells left over in the composition. Queen is continuing her way through. The Hog Riders have passed through that Eagle Artillery, and notice the freeze on the scatter shot. You want to make sure that scatter shot doesn't get too many strikes on your Hog Riders because they will go down quick. Now the Queen is stuck in that tornado trap, but it's not going to stop her. Heal spell dropped beautifully for those Hog Riders that were right there in that compartment, plus for the Hog Riders that could possibly pass through that area as well. Also, we had the Warden and that Champion going through the heal as well, getting a little bit of the benefit. Remember, getting some really great spell value. Now the remainder of those Hogs are going to come around towards the eastern side, making basically a rainbow around the base, taking out the final few defenses. This attack was so exciting, and to close out the war and basically seal the deal with this strategy with hero abilities. I mean, watch how this ends with the Royal Champion using her ability to take down the final few defenses. Not only was this base demolished, but it was done with style, and Lexnos had to feel good about this attack. We have that ability coming in soon from that Royal Champion. It was a highlight of the attack for me to watch her shields get thrown around the base and take out the final few structures. That was an amazing hit. I'm jealous of you guys being able to sit there and cast it live. What an amazing war.
It was indeed. And don't worry, because you're stepping in to cast the next one, sir. So you'll be stepping right on into the action. But yes, thank you so much for that amazing analysis segment brought to you by Xperia. I get so many little things done well. I think that was really actually the hallmark of both of these teams over the course of this war. And it really came down to one troop being slightly out of position or one spell maybe even being half a second too late. But we are nitpicking here because we saw so many 3-star hits, so many 99% hits. We only saw 2 attacks in that entire war be sub 90% carbon fin. That's not something we usually see.
That's just like unheard of to see so close of attacks and to get that high of a percentage and 95% and still lose a war is unbelievable. 299%. It was so close, but Zombie Doom, they have what it takes, but we'll see if they could get it in game number 2.
I mean, if Echo, you're in the corner of Zombie Doom, let's say, going in this section, in the locker room, what do you say to them? What pep talk could you possibly give it to that? Because they played so well. How much what do you say to them at this point?
Well, if I was coaching one of my teams when I was a teacher, I would say, you just have to close the deal. That 1%, those 99% were the game changers in this war, which tells me one thing, that they have what it takes. They just have to seal the deal, and we could have a different outcome in war too.
I mean, I'm kind of personally hoping for that just because I want to see a game number 3 now. But hey, I might be slightly biased. That's still number 1 in the books. Our first war is done, which means we're going to take a slight little break. But before we hop on to the break, I need to give a big shout out to the presenting partner of the ESL Mobile Open. Of course, it is AT&T, helping to support the grassroots of mobile esports. I remember back beginning of 2019, season 1 of the Mobile Open. we saw these teams coming on in, and the level of play, the caliber of these players has only continued to increase. North America has bloomed, has blossomed, and the ESL Mobile Open, for Clash of Clans esports in particular, has been a huge component of that. So thank you so much to AT&T for helping us make this a reality, for giving these players a place to play. And if you want to get involved, if you want to be part of this, sign up for Season 5 right now. Signups are live. Exclamation point, sign up in the chat. We'll get you the links. Get your clan together. Get your team involved. Study the strats. Study the replays. We have, I don't know, some great content creators kicking around. I don't know, you like Carbon Finney's here? You like Echo Gaming? He's here. Go watch their YouTube videos, guys. Go check them out. Learn, get better with that. And, you know, we all could be a little bit better when we get, I don't know, free stuff. Everybody likes some free stuff. If you sign up for our email newsletter, you stay up to date with everything ESL Mobile Open, and you also get a chance to win one of 4 amazing Bluetooth speakers provided by AT&T, or this phone sitting right next to me. Not this, don't take my phone, not this exact one, but an Xperia One brought to you by Sony. We are very excited to give those away. So if you want to get a chance to get your hands on one of those, be sure to go sign up for that. We are going to jump on to a short break. I need a sip of water. When we come back, War number 2, Tribe Gaming, Zombie Doom. Don't miss it.
This is the ESL Mobile Open, presented by AT&T.
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
I am Paul and Verum Toddkill. I'm the host of the ESL Mobile Open, and we are very excited to announce our partnership with Sony Mobile and the Xperia One. As an avid mobile gamer, anytime I get a chance to get my hands on a cool piece of technology, I jump at the chance, and this phone has been a lot of fun to play with. Having this 4K OLED discrete 21:9 aspect ratio, this is different than anything I've used in the world of mobile gaming before, because what's awesome is having this wider display means I get my thumbs out of the way when I'm playing games like PUBG Mobile. Just having that additional screen real estate is awesome, and having this super crisp and clear display means games like Asphalt 9 Legends look even better. And of course, when I want to have these, maybe a little longer gaming sessions, having the game enhancer built in to optimize my battery, turn off all those pesky notifications helps so much when I just want to focus on the game. It also helps that it has an amazing battery and a top-of-the-line processor. It's awesome to see Sony taking strides, pushing the boundaries when it comes to this technology in a phone, especially when it comes to the world of mobile gaming, and we are so excited to see what the future holds.
This is the ESL Mobile Open, presented by AT&T.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open presented by AT&T. I'm in Verum, and we are one war into an epic conclusion to Season 4. What a way to just keep the day rolling. We had Asphalt 9 Legends earlier. Clash of Clans is well in stride. But before we get into War number 2, if you've tuned into the broadcast over the course of the playoffs over the last few seasons, then you've heard me talk about AnyKey. AnyKey is an amazing initiative in partnership with ESL. And the goal is very simple, is to make gaming inclusive for everyone, so that when you go in and you play a game, whether it be Clash of Clans, whether it be on the phone or the PC, that you feel welcome in whatever community you are in, particularly with the Good Luck Have Fun pledge. This pledge, of course, is just basically saying, look, I'm going to take a stance. I'm going to take a stand that says I am not going to stand for toxicity, and I'm going to make the community that I'm a part of as welcoming and as open as possible to new players, regardless of their backgrounds. I got a chance to sit down and talk with some pillars of the gaming and esports industry and get their thoughts on this pledge.
Hi, my name is D1 Ala Mengret.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
My name is Bill Carter. My handle is Jump.
My name is Christopher Michaels, better known as Monte Cristo.
Hey guys, I'm Michelle Morrow, and I'm on-camera talent for both esports and the world of entertainment.
I think it's important that people are made aware that their behavior is not acceptable if you're going to throw out bigoted terms or target somebody for that kind of harassment.
So dealing with toxicity, even just on a normal day-to-day basis, when I game, I just like to be sort of an anonymous gamer, and to this day, I am scared to use my mic.
I think that anytime you can sit someone down that has a negative mindset or has a sense of toxicity, think about who you're affecting.
If I had the ability to confront a troll face to face, they would not be the keyboard warrior that they are inside of the game.
The GLHF pledge is super important. Anything that's encouraging people to promote positivity, to promote understanding, to promote sympathy.
It's cool to see that people are going above and beyond to be a voice for those from a community that may not be as well represented in gaming. You do matter.
GLHF.
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 Good luck. Have fun.
And if you want to go sign the GLHF pledge, I absolutely recommend you. So I've done it. I've got that cool AnyKey badge in the chat. Yeah, a lot of good stuff happening there. You guys heard me talk about it, but you also have heard me talk about Clash of Clans, which makes sense because that's what we're doing right here, right now for the finals. Echo is joining me as the caster for this next game. Carbonfin, you're going to be our all-star analyst. Echo, I'll start with you. After watching, getting a chance to think about that last game here, what are you thinking? Are we going to continue to see that level of play here in match number 2?
I'm hoping we get to see, now that I'm in the driver's seat here able to cast, I hope it's as exciting as round 1 was. I mean, it was really unbelievable. It could have gone either way. I mean, 99%, 99% could have changed the way. It's just crazy. And I hope we are in for the same thing this round as we were round 1.
And I asked this question to Echo before the break. What would you say to Zombie Doom sort of in the locker room going into this next match? Now I will pose the question to you, Carbonfin. If you were talking to Tribe before this next match, what would you say to them going this one? Because they won, but it was close.
Yes, I would tell them to keep up what they're doing. And I mean, at this point, I've seen many other teams in situations like this before where they've let their foot off the gas. They cannot do that. They have to keep it going, and they have to keep getting those triples, because you saw it like in the first war, you get those 99%. They are so close at percent, but you need those 3 stars.
You absolutely need to. The quality, the caliber of play is just so high. Carbon, we're going to say goodbye to you for now. We'll recap at the end of the game for our Xperia analysis segment, which means, Echo, it is time for you and I to break down this action. But before we do, you didn't get a chance to give a prediction in match number 1, but I get to ask you it this time around. Who do you think is going to walk away as the winner here in match number 2?
Like I said, I do think it could go either way, but if I had to make my choice, I'm going to have to go with Tribe Gaming. I think they did what they needed to do to pull in the victory in round 1. And like Carbon said, as a good coach, if they can replicate that and not let off the throttle, I think they could do it again. So I'm going to say Tribe Gaming.
All right. I hear what you're saying. And I know the folks over at Tribe will get mad at me if I don't say Tribe for the second match. So I'm going to say Zombie Doom just to do it, just to stay consistent. I picked Zombie Doom at the start. I think they were so close to almost getting a 14-star war. I think they have it in them. I think there is the potential here, and I would love to see us go to a game number 3. So I'm going to go with Zombie Doom. We'll be split once more here on the desk, air quotes, the desk, as we get into this next war. But you know what, Echo? Let's stop talking. Let's get right on into it. Let's start things off with this next war.
All right, and Keith from Zombie Doom is starting this one out, and we have multiple dragons on this. We have 4 Electro Dragons, 6 dragons, and a bunch of balloons as well. Notice the bat spells, which you don't see very often at Town Hall 13 these days, and going against Leknos' base. Coming in with the Electro Dragons from the southeastern side of the base, with those Sui heroes going to kind of funnel everything down up towards the north. We got the Stone Slammer coming in early as well, and we have a split attack. We have Dragloon on the eastern side, and we have Electro Dragons down south with that Slammer coming in for that Town Hall. But look at that Tornado Trap in Verum. Are they going to make it to the Town Hall?
Just barely. That one clutch dragon came in and activated the Town Hall, allowing the balloons to go for it. That was almost disastrous. That dragon, he got the memo, that's for sure. We do have a bat wave coming in from that 9 o'clock position as well from the west. But wow, interesting attack to start this off. This is different than anything we've seen so far.
Yeah, it definitely is, but what I love is that both scatter shots have been taken out of the base before the bat spells were dropped. This is looking pretty nice here in Verum. I mean, looking at this base, I don't know if there's many, if any, defenses left. I think that all the bats just got taken down by that air bomb, but it looks like the rest of the base is just going to be cleaned up with a Queen's ability intact as well as we spin here. I think we're looking at a 3-star attack. Oh, there we go. The final defense was taken down. In Verum, are we starting out with a 3-star?
I mean, I would expect nothing less. Echo. These players are just that good. Keith, though, for real, my dude, AT&T 5G. I'm just saying. Okay, but real talk, though. This has been an insane war. Both of these wars now starting off with 3-star hits. We have seen now, I don't know what, that's our 6th 3-star hit so far over the course of this series. Math is hard, all right, guys? That's why we have these fancy graphics. Don't let me do the math myself. But in any case, Echo, what a way to start.
I think Zombie Doom, they listened to my pep talk in the locker room, and they came through. I mean, they started with a 3-star in the last war, but this time they were the leaders out of the gate, pulling in that triple, I mean, and crushing. I mean, that was an amazing attack. Really have to feel good, and that's how you started out when you want to take in war number 2, because you don't want to be out. You want to win season 4.
Oh, yes, and it is all about momentum as we get into this next attack. They want to maintain the momentum from war number 1, because despite the fact that Zombie Doom did not walk away with the W, they had a performance to be proud of. However, Rigatores is back and at it again. He's got those loons. He's ready to rumble. It's going to be the same strategy we saw come out in that first war, and, well, we saw what happened last time.
Yeah, what do you know? Rigatores with a Lalo, Sui Lalo again, and the king leading the way for that queen, basically clearing out some stuff in the bottom of the base, setting a nice funnel, narrowing things down, utilizing that Royal Champion's ability really early there. I think that was may have been a misclick on that champion, because she's going to dive on into the base now and get taken down by that scatter shot. But we still have the king and the queen. Notice the wall was opened up for the queen to hopefully make it around to the eagle, but is she going to turn back in Verum?
That's the big question right now. Got to try and turn things back. Oh, no. This could be disastrous right now. This Eagle Artillery, the longer it stays alive over the course of this attack, the worse it is. Oh, no. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Wait,
she died exactly of splash damage? Did she just go down to the splash damage? Oh, that's not good.
That was tough, and I was wondering if he was going to change up the route of the attack, but something that has to happen is he needs to pull in at least the 2-star. He can't sacrifice trying to get that Eagle Artillery and not take down that Town Hall. So he continues with the plan, goes in from the northeastern side of the base, and is storming down. He's going to continue to freeze that Eagle Artillery and try and path these balloons through the base as quickly as possible. My question is, are they going to have enough power? Are they going to have enough health to make their way through? We have a Skeleton spell, a Rage spell, a freeze spell, and a few more troops left over in the composition, but you know loons can go down quickly if they're being targeted. Now, notice that the Expos are downward facing. The scatter shots, though, what's going to happen with those?
Oh, no. These balloons have got to try. Oh, man, they're just getting... Oh, this is a tornado trap. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually surprised that the balloons went that far. I mean, the scatter shots are brutal, and if he wasn't able to freeze them or distract them in some way, the balloons are going to go down. But he still has a few troops left, but it doesn't look like, with both scatter shots up and the Eagle raining down, it's going to be difficult to finish this one off, especially with a single target Inferno there as well. A good effort out of Rigatores after not getting the performance out of his heroes that he was hoping to. Actually, all three of his heroes, his king, his queen, and his royal champion, didn't, I believe, go as planned. But still, he's still pulling in a high percentage 2-star, which is not the worst thing in the world. So far, he didn't get the 3-star he wanted, but things could have gone a lot worse with how things started.
I think we saw Rigatores' ability to just make the best out of a bad situation really shine here, because a 94% 2-star hit is still incredibly respectable. Kamorios might almost be 95 here. But no, that is going to be it. 0 seconds remaining, but still, the fact that he's just such a consummate veteran, able to adjust on the fly. But you're absolutely right. Little things like you want to save that Royal Champion ability, that Seeking Shield, for when she's down to about 1/3 HP. She gets all of that health back as those shields bounce. So using it at full HP, you are losing functionally about 2,000 HP on that key hero. That is absolutely massive and not the thing you want to have happen there, and then not getting that funnel set correctly, which means that we're not seeing back-to-back 3-star openings, which means that Tribe Gaming is now on the back foot, which means that Zombie Doom now, potentially, they can continue to carry this momentum, are going to look very good going into this next attack. Let's get things going. Let's get back into this. Echo, what are we looking at here?
Well, it looks like we're coming back in with some Yetis this time around, going back to a bit of a more meta strategy. Yetis and bowlers. We have the Siege Barracks so far right now in the composition, and coming in with that Grand Warden Walk. So much value out of that Warden Walk because of the range and the ability for that Warden be pulled back into the attack. We have King Icy from Zombie Boom, and he's going to try and Zombie Doom. He's going to try and replicate what was just done from his own team on that first attack. He's going to want to try and pull in another triple here. The question is he going to be able to do it? I will say he's setting a beautiful funnel with that Grand Warden. And finally, a couple of Yeti coming in from the northwestern side of the base. Where do you see this going, Inverum?
I mean, I see the rest of this funnel being set, and then a solid follow-up here off the back of these Yetis, pushing in with this Grand Warden, having the Siege Barracks up there down as well. Of course, getting the P.E.K.K.A., getting those 12 Wizards, helping to clear up the outside, but you need to deal with this defensive Queen. You need to deal with this Town Hall, and here we go. Jump spells, everything else is real. The Yetimites are going to town. That's an early Grand Warden ability, but nobody's on this Town Hall, Echo.
No, they seem to have ignored the town hall. Finally activated. We have a couple of bowlers on it right now, and the royal champion was saved, I guess, as a just in case, which is really smart by King Icy. Now we have the king walking around towards the eastern side of the base, but not a lot of troops supporting. And to be honest with you, there did not look like a ton of troops left over in this attack, and our Grand Warden's being chased down by an ice golem as well. Royal Champion, her ability has been used, and she's taking a beating from that scatter shot. Wow, this attack is kind of fizzling out right now, as the king and a few balloons are all that's left. Plus, there is a few more spells. There are a few more spells in the composition, but not ones that are going to really help out this attack very much. A jump spell and that poison spell. King Icy did not have things go as planned on this attack for sure, but he pulled in the 2-star, so we don't have a 1-star, but it's a low percentage, a 60% at this point in time. Trying to pull in a little bit more with those wizards down below, but you have that ice golem continuing to chase, and the eagle artillery continuing to rain down on the attack as well. I don't know.
King Icy just stopped cold. I have no other way to say it. The bulk of his attack came on in. The funnel seemed to be like a little bit haphazard, so all of his troops were clumped up together, which was good for a bit while the Grand Warden ability was going on. But the Town Hall didn't get activated for a while, and then when it finally did, the only thing really hitting it was the Royal Champion, which meant that Giga Inferno was just chugging through all of those defensive troops who just got slowed up. And there was like the poison wasn't used, the second jump spell wasn't used. I just feel like this attack it kind of fell off the wheels a little bit. I feel like there was maybe a little bit of lack of execution on this one. Maybe the nerves getting the King Icy a little bit on this one.
Well, things definitely didn't go as planned, which is why we didn't see the spells used as they were intended to. And I mean, he's not feeling good. He didn't back up what his teammate did to start things out. So, but like I said, it could have gone a lot worse. A lot of things went wrong there. But at the end of the day, he pulled in the 2-star. No 1-star fails on this one. So, all you could do right now is buckle back in and figure out that your attack number 5 is going to have to step it up. You got more of the war to go.
Oh, yeah, this is still early days for this war number 2. Tribe Gaming, though, has an opening to respond. If they can pull off a 3-star of their own here, they will be well ahead in terms of percentage. So let's get into this next attack from Tribe Gaming. The Tribe attack. This is easy words to say back to back, as we see Lexnos now stepping on up for Tribe Gaming, going on in with some hogs this time around.
Yeah, I believe this was what he used in the first war as well, which was one of my favorite attacks, coming in with that Queen Charge Hog with the Battle Blimp again, this time taking down an Inferno Tower rather than the Town Hall, and coming in with that Queen Walk, as at this point in time, it's a Queen Walk from the eastern side. Notice the open compartments is going to allow that Queen, if funneled properly, to walk into the center of the base and to take out possibly the Town Hall, lure the Clan Castle, take down the enemy Queen. A lot can get done by this Queen Charge, which she doesn't need any jumps. She doesn't need any wall breakers because the base is already exposed for her. All she needs are those rage spells to push her through. And here comes that Clan Castle lure, which are going to pull out 3 Ice Golem, which are all being poisoned, frozen. Notice the enemy Queen being frozen there. You need to keep the Queen up on this attack because there's a lot more job for her to do. Lexnos doesn't want her to go down at this phase. He wants her to continue walking for the entirety of this attack. And we have some hogs beginning their entrance to the base with the champion and the Grand Warden in the southeastern side, going right for that Inferno Tower compartment where I would anticipate a heal spell. No, we used the Grand Warden's ability instead. That's probably a better choice. Good job there. That's why he's playing and I'm casting right now, because he makes the better choices than I do. And we have the heal spell being placed right there over the Eagle compartment. Things are pathing decent here, and the Queen about to take down the Town Hall, securing the 2-star environment's looking pretty good right now.
This is one of the best Queen charges I have seen in a long time. Only now, almost 2 minutes into the attack, is he using that Royal Cloak. He has kept this Queen alive for so long. It has been such a distraction, takes up so many units, takes up so many structures, and created so much space for the rest of his troops to go in. That one heal spell, though, was a little bit off, the one down towards that Inferno compartment, and his hogs did take, I think, a little bit more damage than he intended. There's some spring traps there as well. They did eventually go down, but still, 80+% hit here coming in from Lexnos. Really darn solid. I think, again, literally one spell being slightly off is the difference of maybe this being a potential 3-star hit.
Yeah, I mean, you could see all the giant bomb positions where they had gone off, and that was all where those hogs were pathing through the base. They took a lot of fire, plus from those scatter shots. I mean, the scatter shots are difficult. When your troops are all bunched up, sometimes even those heal spells are not enough to keep them pathing through the base. But pulling in it's going to be a solid percentage 2-star here. They're creeping up on the percentage game, but they're still down by that 1 star. So we'll see how they continue on. But it was a nice hit, but not enough to pull in the 3-star. I mean, the final compartment was pretty brutal. You had the scatter shot, you had a single target Inferno, and a few other defenses to accompany. 90% 2-star for Lexnos in this war.
Yeah, really, solid. Really solid coming in there as well. Of course, they still have to get a retaliatory 3. They still have to equal up the star count because, of course, that is how we do judge this stars and then percentage. If you're just joining us, you're not super familiar with how we score Clash Esports, because for some people, this is definitely going to be a bit of a new thing. But for all of you fans at home, you know how good these attacks have been so far. And you also know what the potential is for these players. 3 stars abound. Zombie Doom still ahead in terms of stars. Another 3-star hit here would further extend this lead, put them in a great position to take it to Tribe Gaming. Let's get back into the attacks. I don't want to stop. The hype train doesn't stop, Echo.
Oh, I'm happy to see we got a couple of witches. You'd never see witches at Town Hall 13, but we have 2 in this composition from Emery out of Zombie Doom, coming in with the Warden Walk in the western side of the base. And we have 2 witches, 8 bowlers, we have a bunch of Yeti, we have a P.E.K.K.A. We're going to have a big kill squad going into this base. And the Town Hall kind of, not fully nestled in the core of the base, but somewhere accessible down south. We'll see how Emery decides to deal with that, but starting off, taking his time and utilizing this Warden Walk, which is something that you get so much value out of. We're seeing it often happen right now in the meta. And finally, the King is being dropped, being hidden right now by that bowler. And yeah, walking on into the base, setting a nice funnel, and I foresee a dive happening right towards the Town Hall, well, probably where that jump spell's been placed.
I was going to say, it's not laying down the red carpet. It's laying down the green carpet in this case. That is the open. We are now open for business sign towards the base of Hex from Tribe Gaming. We are seeing the Siege Barracks being dropped up towards that 9 o'clock position, as well as the kill squad is going on in. And we are seeing them be beautifully supported by the life aura of that Grand Warden, as well as an Eternal Tome ability. That is 8 seconds of invulnerability, but the defensive Ice Golem slowed that up for a while, which means that was actually not long enough. And now the bomb is going to go off. Not doing a ton of damage in this situation, but Emery not quite taking into account that defensive CC.
Yeah, not at all, but those Ice Golem in there could really cause a problem. It definitely slowed things down, but lucky for Emery, there was a bowler that was soloing that Town Hall and ended up taking it down while the rest of the kill squad was frozen from those 3 Ice Golem in the defensive clan castle. But right now, a couple of those healers took a few healing shots on those Hog Riders, it seemed, to give them a little bit of an extended life. Now, we do have our Queen in the core of the base. She's being targeted by the single target Inferno.
Oh, no.
I always fear the single target Infernos with those Queen charges. You have to be careful, but she did get through it. Now, there's only 1 single target left, and it's being distracted. Right now, it's gone. All that I see left in the base are 4 defenses with a Queen that has healers, but she's dealing with the enemy King right now. Who's going to win this battle?
I don't think she's winning this one. Oh.
No. Tough one. That was a game changer right there. Although, we still have the baby dragon with a sliver of health. Looks like those point defenses are going to be enough to protect the 3-star on that one. There was potential. There was a lot of potential, but it didn't pull it in the end.
I mean, Emery, though, great improvement from the attack last time around. Really solid performance, 90+%. I mean, if you look at the average percentages from both of these teams, they are putting on an incredible showing between War 1 and now again. I feel like they're sort of getting into the groove a little bit. War 1 seemed like a bit of an exception. Both teams were just going off. Now I feel like both of them, the defenses have tightened up. Maybe the nerves are starting to set in a little bit here, but still, the quality of the attacks has been excellent. And now it is Tribe Gaming's chance to fire back. Raise your tomahawks. Let's get going.
Yeah, they may be ahead in percentage, but they are down on stars, so they need to pull in a 3-star somewhere in this war because they don't want to have to rely on a 1-star out of Zombie Doom. Again, a Warden Walk starting down south, and we have a bit of that Yeti smash on this one, coming in with the Quad Quake. We haven't seen too many Quad Quakes in these wars, so I personally enjoy using them, so I like seeing them being used by some of the pros as well. And we have that Warden happening, the King over in the east, and that King is going to set a really nice funnel, and I predict a strong dive through the Town Hall and leading right into the Infernos, hopefully towards the enemy heroes and that Eagle artillery. Do you think my predictions are on point in Verum?
I absolutely do. I think that is exactly what this funnel is telling me, and I love the fact that he's using the Grand Warden for this, because Queens, they can go do their own thing. They're independent ladies, but this Grand Warden, he's a support troop. He is going to go where the team needs him most. We see that Royal Fist, or the Iron Fist, being popped up there towards the top side. The King is going to push on through with Barbarians, which means that the rest of these Yetis and crew can start to push on in towards this Town Hall, exactly as predicted, Echo.
Not bad on the predictions, if I say so myself. And look at this, using wall breakers to save value, save spell value, get the troops, get that kill squad into the core, into the Town Hall compartment, and then completely gape the base with the quad quake, more ice golem in the clan castle. It's telling everyone that this is maybe what you should be putting in your CC, because if these guys are using it, it's definitely working. Then a late siege barracks in the eastern side with that P.E.K.K.A. and wizards behind supporting. So much value out of those siege barracks. I really do love seeing them being used in attacks, and lately it's really a siege barrack or a battle blimp. That's typically what we're seeing, but we did just see that Eagle artillery go down, and that's going to be clutch. We do have 2 scatter shots left. Make that 1, because it looks like a Yetimite just took down some on its own, but the Queen has gone down. In Verum, we're looking at some Hogs, we're looking at the Champion, and a P.E.K.K.A. with the Grand Warden support. Oh no, our Queen is still up.
She's up there, man. She's still in this fight.
She was hiding, but now she's still good and hopefully going to get some of that heal. What are we looking at? Did they have enough power to push through the rest of this base?
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that they have the power. Just chant it, He-Man. Let's get things moving. There's still a pretty tough compartment down there on the left side, but having the healers on these heroes, I think, might be enough. Oh, unfortunately, though, it seems like the Grand Warden has stepped a little bit farther forward here, and he's actually going to drop. That may actually spell a little bit of disaster, which means that with only 28 seconds left on the clock, I'm actually not sure. Oh, no, now I may have spoken too soon, Echo.
Yeah, there were a lot of point defenses on that Queen, plus time was becoming an issue. We had a long Warden walk in the beginning of the attack, and Sir Longsword, really wanted to make sure that the funnel was proper, but sometimes you sacrifice the time, and although the Queen did go down, we are going to run out of time on this attack with a standing P.E.K.K.A. and a few supporting wizards. Really nice attack, but again, not enough to pull in the 3-star, which is what Tribe is looking for. They were hand over fist grabbing 3 stars in War 1, but this time around, they're struggling to get there. High 90% or 90% the entire time, but no triples, and they need to pull one in one of their next 2 attacks. Is it going to happen?
This is a must. This is a must at this point if they want to lock this up 2-0, but things are looking pretty good so far from Zombie Doom. However, when every single one of your attacks are 90% or above, that's pretty darn solid. Tribe Gaming is so close to finding the secret formula that they had in match number 1 to try and walk away with these 3s, which they need to. But again, like I mentioned before, if Zombie Doom can get another 3-star hit in this war, if Karma can step up, that would be a near insurmountable lead for Zombie Doom. Tribe Gaming would have to go back to back with their triples. Let's see if Karma can get it done.
Yeah, and Karma doesn't like that single target Inferno, so he's going to come on in with the Battle Blimp and take it out. So it's out of the equation. Won't have to worry about that at any point in the attack. Now back to that Warden walk, which we've been seeing so much today. And I'm telling you something here in Verum. Zombie Doom likes these witches. This is the second attack where we're seeing a few witches being used just to spam up the base a little bit, just to confuse those point defenses so that they can't really, possibly they'll be locking onto skeletons rather than locking onto some of the larger troops like the Yeti or like the Bowlers or like the Heroes. But in this one, we have another version of the Yeti Smash, which has many different versions, a lot of variety with the Yeti Smash, 1 jump spell and 4 earthquake spells. So we're going to be able to open up a good amount of this base starting now with the core completely opened up this base besides that final compartment down in the south and the one up north. But I think we're looking at a nice entrance to this base here. P.E.K.K.A. being used, going to assist with that funneling. And I want to see what's going on up north. There we go. The king is setting more of a funnel, and the jump spell opening up 2 compartments. The other single target Inferno compartment and that Town Hall compartment. I'm loving this entrance into the attack right here from Karma at a Zombie Doom. It's a good start, and we have a split kill squad. So while some get frozen, the others can take down the Town Hall, securing the 1 star. Now it's time to path on through the rest of the base. Let's see how far they can go.
This is a really solid opening, or look pretty solid here from Karma. However, these troops starting to take a little bit of punishment, actually able to get through those defensive heroes pretty well here. The Royal Champion's gone down, the Queen has gone down as well, and the heroes and the healers are still up and in the fight. There's the Royal Champion from Karma on the right side as well, but only 41% on the board despite taking down some of these defenses. There's a lot of bombs going off in the middle of this base. Echo, I don't know if this one's going to have enough fuel left in the tank.
No, and this is something that you'll often see with these heavy kill squads. You have a lot of troops that all end up at some point. They typically will clump together, and that's when the scatter shots on defense are going to shine. They're going to be able to take down massive amounts of troops, and I think that's what we saw happening here. Plus, I did notice that a couple of those healers, they kind of lagged behind on a bowler for a bit there towards the entrance of the base and didn't continuously heal the kill squad going in. But our Warden, he's being clutch right now. He's going to get healed back up and try and take out some more percentage. But it looks like it's not going to be another triple. So Zombie Doom is leaving a small door open for Tribe to pull in a triple and then be ahead on percentage. But for that to happen, Tribe has to pull in a triple. And I'm curious if they're going to do it in the final few attacks in this war. This was a decent one, but like a lot of Yeti Smash attacks that I see, or actually personally do myself, things tend to stall when they get inside of the core of the base.
It's sort of one of the, I find a lot of these smash attacks tend to do that. It's either like you go all in, you keep momentum, your rage spells are there, everything dies, everything drops, it's destruction, or it doesn't do that. It's either all in, you get that 3-star 100%. It's very feast or famine, I tend to find with a lot of these attacks, which is partially, I think, why I'm so partial to things like the Queen Charge, which can do a lot on its own and then get a lot of percentage. You get like 35, 40% just in that if you're good enough, plus clean everything else up on the other side. Again, I'm biased a little bit here, but still 74%, not a bad hit coming in from Zombie Doom. But I love the point that you mentioned. The idea that if Tribe Gaming can come back with a triple, they have done so well in terms of percentage. There is no chance that Zombie Doom can recover in terms of that percentage. It's all up to these final 2 attacks from Tribe Gaming. A triple has to be done. Can they make it happen?
Yeah, and as you say, Nick is coming in on this attack with an Electro Drag Bat attack. So again, bats, which in my opinion, for my experience, bats are not the best at Town Hall 13 because of those scatter shots. But notice the scatter shots are in the early portion of the base. The top portion of this base in the north is going to be handled by the Electro Dragons, and then my prediction is that he's going to bat the back end of the base and freeze those Wizard Towers. Let's see if he goes with my plan, with my execution. Let's see how it all goes. But he definitely has to get the scatter shots out of there, or else those bats have no chance. And we did mention, or I did mention, that we haven't seen much of any other siege units, but we do have a scatter shot coming in on this one. And those Electro Dragons raged up. They are going to do some damage, and they are now invincible thanks to the Grand Warden. So phase 1, taking out that top compartment, is looking pretty good. Now, coming in with the Royal Champion down south. Is he going to have enough to push through here? He still has that Eagle rating down in Verum. I don't know. How much work can these guys do?
I don't know. These free spells are going to have to be pretty darn clutch, because that opening salvo did not do a whole lot. Finding a hidden Tesla on the right side instantly are these bats. Good thing he didn't preemptively throw out some of those free spells. The timings could have been way off. But here come the bats, freezing up that air defense that is so crucial going on through. I mean, the bats doing pretty well so far. So despite a potentially little lackluster opening up there at the top, the bats are getting the work done right now, pushing on through. And that E-Drag doing a great job of tanking for the salvo from the Eagle Art. Okay, but then the Royal Champion. Okay, the bats are dead.
The Royal Champion, the Bat Killer, took all of those bats. You know, the bats had a chance if the Royal Champion wasn't up, but, you know, bats are vulnerable to splash damage, but they're also vulnerable to a ton of point defenses as well. And as you could see, there was a lot left in this base, and you kind of called that from phase 1 of the attack, how it didn't get as much percentage as you would have liked to see. So the bats just had too much ahead of them, and they weren't able to push on through. And that Royal Champion coming in clutch on defense, really picking away every bat.
Yeah, that was, I think I only got about 6% with the queen to start that off. Instantly had to pop the royal cloak. Not a whole lot. I understand it's like a Sui hero opening, but still, I would like to get a little bit more out of the opening with the heroes there. But still, the bats did okay work, but just getting stymied by that Eagle Artillery and that Royal Champion. That was sort of the nail in the coffin for that attack, which means the Tribe Gaming has put themselves in a bit of a precarious situation. They backed themselves up against the wall, put themselves into a corner, which now is a situation that Zombie Doom faced last time around. If Zombie Doom gets another 3-star here with this final attack, they will lock up war number 2. They will bring themselves to war number 3. Nothing Tribe can do about it. It all comes down to this attack from King Tut.
And you know that King Tut's thinking about that as well. You know in his mind, he's saying, this war is mine. I can shut it down right now with a triple. My question is he going to do it? And I know he's going to definitely try his best, starting out with the queen charge. So in Verum, I know that you're happy right now. You love seeing queen value. So we're going to watch this queen gain some value as she passes on through. And I agree with you, actually. If you have a max level queen in Clash of Clans and you could practice a charge, it's really good practice to really learn how to execute the queen charge. The value you can gain from that is immense. And we're coming in with a nice funnel here with that Siege Barrack coming in with the P.E.K.K.A, the King coming in as well. And I like that the Eagle Artillery is targeting the King, not the entire bundle of troops. Grand Warden's ability is making everything invincible, and rage spells galore as things drop and push into that single target Infernal compartment. One more jump spell, and then it's going to be time to beat down on some walls. There's a lot of walls to get through as well. Small compartments in this base. And out of the barracks, we have some hogs. They're going to kind of take down things in the southeastern side of the base. Hopefully they can get to that Eagle Artillery. You know, I don't know. We'll see how far they go.
This Town Hall needs to die. Oh my goodness, This Town Hall needs to go down. That Giga Inferno did so much damage. The defensive Ice Golems just slowed things up so much. The Yeti Might started to do the work, but the freeze was there. Oh my goodness, this Eagle Artillery has gotten off so many barrages over the course of this war. And what looked like a great opening here is starting to stall. The healers are alive. The abilities are still here for the Queen, for the Royal Champion. We're seeing it right there. And this King is still alive on the outside to clean up some of this. So this is actually a pretty big deal here, having these heroes alive. We've seen so many of these attacks come down to the final few seconds, and a hero with some healers. This needs to happen. But you mentioned the jump spells have been used, and there are a lot of walls still to go through, Echo.
There are, but the Queen has her ability, and she was just very smart and backed away from that Inferno Tower. And, I mean, there is enough, but we got to see what she could do with this Inferno Tower here. It looks like the Inferno is taking down a bunch of those Yetis. And, okay, she's on the Inferno Tower right now. Her ability is going to be used. Inferno goes down, as is this cannon. The Queen could pass through the... She's going to wall pound instead of walk around. This could be an issue when we're talking about time. I don't know. 24 seconds with the Queen on the wall is not exactly what King Tut wants to see. There was hope going into this attack. I thought it may have had enough, but with only 15 seconds, the percentage is actually going to help out Zombie Doom. But it's not going to be the 3-star to close it out and to seal the deal. So the door is still slightly opened for Tribe. And with 1 second left, 96%. Wow.
Wow. Another super well executed top tier hit, 96% 2-star. But Zombie Doom had an ability to put the nail in the coffin, bury them 6 feet under, make sure that zombie ain't rising up again if it's Tribe Gaming. But in this case, the Doom is not secured yet for Tribe. They have an ability to come back in this game. 100% 3-star hit here will secure them the win. Would be the 2-0. They are they are ahead in terms of that percentage. You can see down on the bottom of your screen right there, and that is the important thing. The 3-star will only continue to raise. Yeah, right over there. I think yes, over there. Let's get into this final attack, Echo. I just break this down for me. Walk me through this hit. Walk me through what Hex needs to do.
It's all or nothing for Hex right now, and with a centralized town hall, the bane of my existence, but he's coming in with the battle blimp, trying to take down that town hall, or possibly the Inferno Tower. It looks like the Inferno Tower compartment is what he's going for, and he's going to really... What's happening here is he's setting a funnel. He's trying to make sure that his troops are going to path properly through this base because he's coming in with the hybrid strategy, one of the strongest in the meta right now. at Town Hall 13, Town Hall 12 as well. We're actually seeing this strategy all over the place. And then we have the Queen starting out up north. Basically, what's going to happen here is the Queen's going to get some huge value. The Battle Blimp was able to take down that Inferno Tower. We're going to get tied up a little bit on this Hound, but once that's all gone, the pathing is going to be set, and we're going to have Miners and Hogs storming this base. The question is, are they going to have enough to pull in 3 stars? If they do, the percentage is already in favor of Tribe, so we should be seeing a win from them. But I'm talking a little bit too early here. Let's see how the attack actually goes before we start talking about percentages. King starting with his funnel down in the eastern side, and the Queen is still doing her walk again, getting that value in Verum.
I love it. And also, Hex, Nerves of Steel not popping that Queen ability early. Obviously, it would have auto gone off still, but holding on to that, making sure, having faith in the healers with the Rage spell, because the poison was actually slightly misplaced, not catching all those defensive archers as well, as the bulk of the attack is now starting to go on through the heal spell, not getting a ton of value, as these Hogs not sitting inside of that for now. There's the perfect timing. We see it come in from the Grand Warden, keeping all of the troops alive, not only through the barrage from the Eagle Artillery, but through the defense as well from the Town Hall. The freeze or the slow from that Gigabomb now in Town Hall 13 is going to slow them up a little bit, but still the damage is being done and the Queen is still alive. The healers are still there, abilities still to be used. This base could potentially go down here, Echo. Hang on a second. Hex is looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, he's looking really good. He does have that single target Inferno Tower to deal with, which could sometimes be a problem. We'll see how the Queen deals with that. Remember, her ability is intact. Actually, the Royal Champion's on it right there, and her ability, I don't know that her ability was used, or possibly was used earlier in the attack. The Queen right now being tied up on the skeleton is going to have to pop her ability, and that Inferno Tower. Oh boy, you thank you for your eyes right there in Verum. You caught what I didn't, and the Miners were clutch. The Queen has 27 seconds with the baby dragon to get through the rest of this base, plus Miners, plus the Grand Warden. Is Hex going to be clutch and pull in this war for Tribe?
I think so, Echo. You know what? With 15 seconds left on the clock, with only 3 structures left, Hex has done it. He's getting it done for Tribe Gaming. He is going to allow his team to walk away as the champion for Season 4 of the ESL Mobile Open. In 2 games, they get it done. It came down to one final attack for Tribe Gaming. They needed a 3-star, and a 3-star they got. What a way to finish this series. Echo, that was incredible.
That's stepping it up. I mean, exactly to my prediction, as we said earlier on, but wow, what an exciting war. The whole time, Tribe was behind, and all they needed was to get that 3-star. They always had the advantage on percentage, but never on the stars until the last attack. 10 attacks in, and it comes on through to bring it in for Season 4. That was exciting. I feel better now that I got to be in the seat for this one.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, war number 1 was pretty darn exciting, but this one was exciting as well because it was match point. It was Tribe's ability to walk away with the win. And, the idea of sealing the deal, you talked about that. You've been a coach. You've coached, players going forward into the breach, as it were. And in the end, Tribe Gaming were able to go clutch. What do you say to a team that's won? What do you say to that team that has pulled it out? How do you say go celebrate that victory?
Well, you got to go do exactly that, is go and celebrate, but you have to reflect on how you work together as a team, because this is not just one person attacking. Every single attack, every base build, it's all about the team coming together and doing it together, which is why some of these, like Tribe Gaming, it's a legacy. It's why they do so well. Not only do they have some of the best players, but they have some of the best teammates, and that's what makes them be winners for Season 4.
I love it. Yes, this is so much a team game, but in the end, it came down to the execution of one clutch player. And I'm going to put some words into Carbon Finn's mouth here, who's here with our Xperia replay analysis. I'm going to guess what attack you're going to do. Did I guess correctly?
Yeah, the final attack there that Hex came in. Beautiful. We have to watch that again and break that one down.
Let's get into it. Carbon Finn, walk us through this one in our Xperia replay segment.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at Hex coming in, and at this point, he knows he needs the 3-star, go all out, and that sometimes if you don't know if you got the 3-star or not, you might save that blimp for the Town Hall, but he knows, I'm going to send this blimp right at 3 o'clock to help set this funnel. We've talked about it before. He's going to use the blimp, not only pull out the clan castle, but he's also going to be able to help clear this right side. He's going to pull the CC all the way to the top and going to be able to deal with that queen, but these Yetis got some nice value. At least set that funnel there. He would have liked to get that wizard tower because of the splash damage, but when I was watching this attack, I saw him drop the poison. I was a little worried. He didn't get the poison onto the archers, and that queen ability almost was forced right here in the beginning, which we'll take a look at the very end when the queen was able to save her ability and she came up clutch to help finish off and clean up this base here. So look at this queen's ability. Almost. That's why you have to try your best to save that for the very end and not have to use it in the very beginning, because that can make the difference, and especially it did here. The queen's up top, using the king over at the right side at 3. He's going to run around. He's going to set an additional funnel, and here comes the miners and the hogs. Sometimes when you have some trash buildings on the outside, the miners can get slowed up and the hogs can go way far ahead, but they were able to clear through that pretty quickly, and then the hogs go right to the core. And remember, the Town Hall does activate once you get to 51%. So luckily, he had the miners inside the core to help activate that. Went down really quickly, and then he had a beautiful spread between the miners up top, the miners in the core. And let's keep our eye over at 3 o'clock. One miner. Hex saved that one miner to help clear the elixir storages over there. If he didn't do that, it could have easily been a time fail. Look at it. It goes down over there. King continues down south. Queen is up top. That single target Inferno is doing some work with no more spells. That baby dragon, I am surprised how long this baby dragon ended up living, coming all the way to the end, helped take out some of the storage, clutched it up as well. And here is the queen, and this is what I was talking about at the very beginning. If he was forced to pop that queen ability, he would not have had it right here to keep this queen alive, because that single target Inferno would have taken her out, and he would have lost that whole cleanup power from the queen at the top side. Baby dragon down south, the miners through the core, everything just perfectly worked out here for Hex. Came in clutch and got that 3-star exactly when they needed it to win the ESL Mobile Open Season 4 Finals. Beautiful job. Could not have asked for anything better. What a way to finish this one off here. Wow. Incredible.
Thank you so much, Carbon Fin, for breaking down that last attack. There were a couple of things there that I missed in the moment, holding on to that other miner, that baby dragon that did so much work. It's all the little things that just go to show, why these guys are playing for an org like Tribe Gaming. But still, you got to give all the props in the world as well to Zombie Doom for that. They put on a great performance, but it still wasn't enough to take down the juggernaut that is Tribe Gaming. And we have someone standing by once again for a quick little interview here as well. The winner of that last match. Welcome back, sir. You got the t-shirt. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Thanks for having me on.
So we just watched that final war, and it came down to your final attack, or the final attack for Tribe Gaming. What was the communication like? Did you guys, obviously in the moment you guys throw attacks in and it's crazy, did you appreciate just how close that second war was?
Honestly, yeah, it was really fun. It made it so much better going into that last attack. I mean, we didn't want to put a whole lot of pressure on Hex, but he knew that he had to get the triple to seal the victory there, and he really came through clutch in the end.
What was the communication like? Because Echo made a great point earlier about how this is really about teamwork. All of you, you're on voice comms together. You have spotters. Everybody's working as a team. What were the comms like? Was it eerily quiet, or was everybody going crazy when you guys realized you'd won?
I mean, right before the attack, we had already been talking for several minutes about his plan, getting that figured out. Going into the attack, we were all a little nervous, a little quiet, because everybody kind of knew he had to triple to get the win, and we were all kind of, we had the doubts in our mind. But once we were getting toward the end of his attack and we kind of knew it was going to triple, I mean, we just started going crazy. It was an awesome experience.
That is great to hear, because this isn't your first victory here for the ESL Mobile Open. What does it feel now for you personally to be a repeat Mobile Open champion?
It feels great. We've won the Mobile Open twice now out of 4 seasons. I mean, it feels amazing. We absolutely love this tournament. Looking forward to competing again in the future ones, and just really had an awesome time doing it.
What advice, this is my final question for you, but what advice would you give to players who are looking to get involved in the world of competitive Clash of Clans? How do you recommend they go about doing that?
Honestly, I think it's about finding the right team. Like Echo said before, really, Clash of Clans is more of a team sport than people think. It's all about finding the right people that help you, and you can help them all figure out how to build better bases, how to pick the right attack strategies for the right bases, and just having that nice teamwork vibe going on that everybody can work together and do well.
Awesome. I love to hear it because that's true in so many esports, and Clash of Clans is no exception. Get your team together, and clearly over at Tribe Gaming, you guys have done just that. Congratulations, the 2-0 victory here for Season 4 of the ESL Mobile Open. Congratulations, you're our champions.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
I love to hear it. We're going to bring back Echo and Carbon Finn for our closing thoughts. Echo, I will start with you. We got the chance to cast that last game as it was happening in the moment. What were you thinking when we realized that we were about to see that final 3-star?
I mean, that's excitement. And if you're a fan of Tribe, or if you're on Tribe or in some way, associated with them, that's like a glory moment that you'll never forget. It's like a Super Bowl moment. But it was just, it added some really great excitement to the war because we were waiting the entire war for that 3-star to come. And for it to come at that moment, it was just perfect timing for anyone that was there rooting for Tribe.
Absolutely. Carbon Finn, what were your final thoughts on the day, on both wars, on just the quality of play overall?
It was absolutely incredible to see all of the attacks coming in today. Zombie Doom put up an amazing effort. They're going to do great in the future tournaments and everything they compete. But Tribe Gaming came away. I saw all the hard work they've put in before, all the way through the regular phases up into the playoffs, and then finally here into the finals. They put in so much effort, and definitely they showed it right here today. And they got that final crown, and now repeat champions.
Repeat champions indeed, under a slightly different name, but still, Lexnos able to walk away with 2 of those amazing trophies. I have to say, such a big thank you from all of us, the ESL team, to you guys for stepping on in, despite the circumstances, to make the best of it. Thank you so much, Echo and Carbon, for joining me on this cast. I cannot wait for more amazing future seasons of this awesome game to cast with you guys. So thank you so much. I'll say goodbye for now, but we'll see you soon. Yeah. There we go. There it is. It makes me sad. It makes me sad to see them leave, but at the same time, it makes me happy to crown another champion here for the ESL Mobile Open. And of course, none of this would be possible without the presenting partner of the ESL Mobile Open. I'm talking about AT&T. All of these amazing wars, these amazing attacks, these moments with the fans, with the players, none of this would be possible without the support of AT&T helping us to grow the grassroots of mobile esports. I mean, you look at where Clash esports was even a year ago versus where it is now. We have hundreds of teams competing in these events, and it is amazing to see how the community has rallied around this. So thank you so much to AT&T for making this a reality. And of course, I need to give a huge shout out to our newest partner here for the ESL Mobile Open, the official mobile partner of the ESL Mobile Open Season 4 Finals. It is Sony with their Xperia 1, this amazing phone, having a chance to be able to use it, to play with it, really pushing forward what we consider a phone to do when it comes to mobile gaming, having that amazing 21:9 aspect ratio, that screen that allows me to just see more of the game and more of the action, which, as we just saw in a game like Clash of Clans, is super important. Combine that with a top-of-the-line processor, a 4K OLED display, an amazing battery. That's the kind of phone that you want for competing in mobile gaming, which I don't know, maybe you're going to do, because maybe you're going to sign up for Season 5, which you should do. Exclamation point, sign up in the chat. Sign up for Season 5 of the ESL Mobile Open. Signups are live right now. You can go get your team together. You can go get involved. If you're a Clash of Clans player who's always, well, I could do that. I could do those. Put your money where your mouth is. Step up. Let's go. This is the training ground, the proving ground for new amateur players to step up in the world of mobile esports. We want to see you here for Season 5. And look, if you want to stay up to date with all of the amazing action we're doing here with the ESL Mobile Open, you need to sign up for our newsletter, and it also enters you into an amazing raffle. AT&T is giving us 4 Bluetooth speakers. Sony is giving us an Xperia 1 to give away to some lucky fans who not only enter to stay up to date with what's going on, because that's important, but you also get some free stuff for doing it. So yeah, you should definitely do that. From myself and Verum, from the crew here, we are so happy to be able to bring you this show. It was a bit of an adventure to get us all here, but we are so happy to be able to bring you these awesome games. Underlords is tomorrow, PUBG Mobile on Sunday. I cannot wait to see you there. See you tomorrow. Have a good night.
This is the ESL Mobile Open, presented by AT&T.
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over. This gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Salary. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, they're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.